So what I'm trying to
Three damage?
see in this, what I'm trying to look at in this documentary is like the subculture of magic. Because you have to admit, magic, like there's magic, like there's a game, but it kind of evolved.
Subculture. I feel like I'm part of an underground movement. You know, it's like, what? The subculture? No. All right. I'll tell you one of the most amazing. Well, not most amazing, but it's really tripped me out. All right. I was totally tripped out. I remember I was in New York. I was with my sister and my little brother, and we went and saw. I think the day before we were in the city so we could see Blue Man Group, but I think the next day. We went, and at one point in our journey, we went to this place called, I think, Neutral Ground, which is this big-time magic shop in New York City. And, because I'd never been there before, but I'd heard of it, because they've held, world tournaments there and shit. And so I went and checked it out, and I'll never forget, alright, sitting, like, they have a whole, like, place where you can get food there and shit, so the nerds don't even need to leave while they play. And, what's it called? There's all these people sitting down playing, and I go in, and I remember there was this one table where these two people were playing, and one of them, I kid you not, was like the striking image of Little Bow Wow. Alright, like this kid had like chains and like cornrows and it like long, and it was like this kid was like, he looked hip hop, and he's sitting there and he's playing against this like middle-aged, like kind of 30-year-old dude with a loose tie in his fucking business suit, alright, and his buddy there with him who's also got in a business suit. Like, there's two of them, and one of them was watching the other one play, and he was playing, like, Little fucking Bow Wow. Like, and it wasn't actually Little Bow Wow. That's just the image that came to my head when I saw the kid. And I was just like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. Like, how many...
It's a beautiful moment.
No, it's not even a matter. It's just like, I can't believe it's like two types of personalities that you would never assume play a game like this. It's like the kind of contemporary rap culture youth and like, the kind of like upper middle class like office worker. Like, you don't expect that at all. I don't know, it totally surprised me. So, just goes to show you never really know what people do with their time.
How many cards do you have?
Can you count that high?
You can count that high, I just have to guess. A few thousand? Maybe?
You have so many, there are piles over here. I can't...
Oh, no, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Look, there's piles there, there's piles there, he's got a book, he's got a card holder thing. I'm sure there's magic cards up there.
That white box is full of cards.
This one?
No, that one. On top of my bookshelf.
Oh, okay, that's full. Oh, I thought you meant that one.
No, not the lamp box.
And there's like cards over there. Gosh! A few thousand's an understatement. I have a few thousand cards.
Well, you were playing earlier than me.
I mean, of course, we're paying money for cardboard, it's always something you gotta think about, but it's the best gambling you can do, because, when you gamble, like, for real money, I mean, you're gambling with cardboard cards, so it doesn't grasp you, and some people do go overboard, which is, a sad thing, but, when you gamble, like, say, casino, it can ruin your life. Magic, it can just, you look back on it 4 years later, and you're like, God, I waste all those years of my life, but, truth, you didn't care. You didn't care so much.
I'm Dan Arizondi. I'm Bizarro World here. In the beginning, magic was a very small thing that I just heard about. Some guys came in, they asked for it, I ordered a box, and then this one guy came in, saw it, bought every pack in the box, and I thought, boy, these guys are weird. But I was ordering it through regular distribution, and these guys were buying I was $2 packs that are now worth hundreds of dollars if they had kept them unopened, So they didn't turn out to be weird, but I sold the first box. I thought about whether I should buy a second box or not. I remember this quite clearly, and I said, all right, I'll buy a second box. Maybe that crazy guy will come back. And then some other guy came in, saw it, bought every pack I had, because at the time it was very hard to find magic. The production runs were very low. One thing, it's the most perennial seller I got, and the amazing thing about it is that it always seems to sell through. Some sets take longer than others, but I will eventually sell all the magic. It's just a matter of time, which you really can't say for any of these other products. All other products, you see them go on closeout, overstock, clearance. It just doesn't happen with magic. Of course, the brilliant marketing of the collectible packaging which gets people to buy more and more and buy things they don't really need to get these other things which they do want, which has been imitated endlessly. I mean, all three of those things together are what make it work.
Type 2. It's just the way that the newer cards are organized.
To keep them coming in.
Yeah.
So Type 2 is essentially the most recent.
It's the most recent blocks.
Okay. So Type 2 is always changing.
Yes, always changing. And it's the reason why they still make money, because everyone is supposed to stay Type 2. Which means that when one set goes out, you have to buy the new one.
Ridiculous. It's true. Type 2 is actually the most like. It's like you learn that from George Lucas. I think George Lucas taught everyone how to extort nerds. You just keep re-releasing like the same shit. You just keep reprinting it. Like Type 2, all they do is they'll keep reprinting old cards and they'll recycle old ideas and shit. But like if it's not in Type 2, you can't play in that tournament. So it's like, yeah, it's the George Lucas style of extorting nerds. That's what I call it.
This is the qualifying round for the Pro Tour Honolulu.
I think he goes into chump block and hopes to top deck a second burn spell mode.
So it's like to see who goes to the
Yeah.
final.
He just goes into chump block mode, hopes to draw another burn spell.
He can only chump block once, though.
Wait for the payoff.
Probably
There's a
top deck
payoff.
mana cruelty. The deck. What is on top of the deck?
I have a story about when I first realized that Magic was brilliant, but it's probably too lewd for your audience. Huh?
Please, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear.
This was probably in the mid-'90s. I just started playing. There were other folks who were playing. Everyone had just started playing, and I was screwing this very beautiful teenage girl. And at the moment, it occurred to me that, in that moment, I started thinking about a Magic combination, and that's when I realized that they had an unbelievable product that could really insidiously penetrate the brain. Of course, I didn't tell her anything like that, but it was unusual on many levels.
It's just kind of nice discovering something on your own from like a card game perspective. It's not poker, and there's they come up with new stuff every other month, so they get you hooked early. So I really want to quit Magic sometimes, but it's hard. It's tough because you think about it and you say, I think I'm going to quit today, or I'm going to quit next coming up, and you go to a tournament and you do well, or you go to a tournament and you think like, okay, well, one more. And it's just. It's kind of what got me interested was you play, you learn, that's fun, but it's a really shitty glory that gets you, just subtle stuff. Winning is good, but losing is even better, because you just want to. It's the addictive part of any game at all ever is the losing aspect, because people get addicted to losing, because once you win a whole bunch, it's over, it's done. You don't need to play it anymore, Once you lose, you wonder why, or you want to play it again, or you want to go through all the stuff that goes through.
I think the only thing that's unique about Magic and that makes it sort of into a culture is that it requires you to be just sitting there across from whomever you're playing, and you're actually facing the person, and you're not really communicating a lot, but you do have to look at them, and there's a certain sense of interaction that perhaps, say, a computer game or something like that doesn't really provide. But I guess I have to imagine that at the same time, a game like chess probably has a very similar subculture, where people play it not just to win and stuff, but as a social event. I guess I'm thinking the old people, in the park playing chess, or just the young kids playing chess at high school or whatever.